Marie and I are here in Lake City, Florida. There's Marie.
What's up, guys?
And we were contacted. I was contacted by email from someone that remembered me from when I filmed at another location over in the, I believe the Live Oak area. I'd filmed a video at a restaurant bar probably about 4 years ago. And the girl that worked in the bar remembered me, and she now works at this place here in Lake City, and it's called Halpatters Brewery Company. And she said that there's a lot of activity going on here. And who is this pulling in next to me? Oh, sorry guys, I got distracted. There's a car pulling in. That there's a lot of activity in this building. There's gonna be a couple people that are gonna explain it on camera for us. And she'll tell us some stuff too, but I just wanted to do a little filming out front, you know, kind of ride by and show you the outside of the building, and we're just now seeing it for the first time as well. This town has a lot of history for Native American. Where's that story at? Oh. In my little book there. I wanted to read this to you real quick. So, let me just read this. Halpatter meaning comes from Halpatter Tustanuggee, or alligator warrior, who was a Seminole chief who once resided in Alligator Village, the area now known as Lake City. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We're excited to go inside. I'm going to be taking you inside with us here in just a second, of course, but I wanted to kind of film on the outside real quick and just check it out. We're going to be here all night long. They requested me and Marie to come here and do some filming overnight and see what's going on. They said there's a lot of things going on in here. This building once was a place where they held court records, and the records of Ted Bundy, the serial killer, was also held in this building. And now reading that history, I wonder if it's if it was built on top of Native American, or maybe Native American built. Yeah. Buried around it.
Once was like a city hall.
Yes.
That has a jail cell down in the basement.
Yes, it does. It has all that too. Oops, I'm gonna have to turn all my alerts off while filming because it's gonna go crazy. I have a new cat cam in my bedroom for my cats. Anyway, so yeah, look at this. There it is right there. That's the side of it. And I'm gonna drive around and show you the rest of it. Be right back. So look at the water right ahead of us. That is pretty cool. Nothing coming?
No.
Okay.
You can.
So I will just pull right up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out.
Handicap spot.
That way you can talk and I can talk.
Yep, there we go. And there it is, guys. Look. That is where we're going to be all night tonight. We're going to go inside now and meet up with them. We're going to have dinner here tonight. They have food here. It's a brewery, restaurant, bar type of thing. They're going to provide us with a free meal and drinks or whatever we want. And we're going to go do that. But I'm going to go inside now and let them know that we have arrived.
Hi guys, so we're here at the Halpatters Brewery Company, and we are joined by one of the owners.
I'm Chris Candler.
Okay.
I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of the history of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm one of the few folks. I've been here for 10 years. I don't really have any stories.
Okay.
So I've been here day in and day out for 10 years, but I really haven't had anything.
Do you believe in paranormal?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Now I've heard the stories. And,
okay.
And they come from folks that I would deem to be very credible,
okay.
Police detectives and,
Oh, wow.
Like yeah,
okay.
So, one of the guys that has some of the best stories here actually was our assistant brewer, and he was a retired police officer, and he's a police officer again. So,
wow. Okay.
It's not, they're not kooky people that are coming in here.
Yes.
These are coming from, legit people that I'm just like, very credible people. Yeah, so building built in 1940, started in 1939.
Okay.
It was started, construction, it was the District 2 headquarters of the Department of Transportation.
Okay.
It was then City Hall for a little while. And then it was the school board. And then it sat vacant, as best as we can tell, about 10 years. And then we picked it up. And they were using it for just court record storage. So there were shelves all over the place. We did and then just the banker boxes, full of evidence. So here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Everybody, this will play well.
Oh, wow.
When we first got the building back in 2017, 2016, 2017, there were shelves everywhere, and there were a bunch of shelves right here, and evidence boxes, and everybody's from Ted Bundy. But not everybody knows that the Ted Bundy case was actually tried. He was tried and convicted here in Columbia County.
Oh, okay.
2 evidence boxes right here, and here, of all of the Ted Bundy evidence.
Wow.
We're sitting on shelves.
Oh,
right here.
my.
So
So did you get, you got to
we
see?
peeked. Yeah.
Oh,
it was a little unsettling because
I
Oh,
bet.
there
man.
were stained pieces of carpet, pair of shoes.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
They were sitting in there.
They were all
Sitting
sitting
right
right here.
Right there. So yeah.
Dang.
Kind of in addition to just the history of the building, we've brought in a lot of real artifacts, from historical structures and places from around Columbia County. So none of the stuff that you see in here are reproductions. It's all real stuff.
Oh, okay.
This is an old postmaster's cabinet from Lake City.
I was going to ask you what that was.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
Old ammo boxes, 1940s DOT road flare.
wow.
So, we have a lot of real artifacts in here.
Okay.
All of the metal in the building, the table bases,
Oh,
the
wow.
light fixtures, those are pulled off of the back of one of the fire escapes off of the back of the Blanche Hotel.
Okay.
We got them
Okay.
out here, and then we broke them down.
That is awesome.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I would have never thought that was that. Wow.
All of the wood, not the bark, all of the wood came from a turn of the century barn.
Okay.
Yeah, it had been there since the late 1800s.
Oh, wow.
It was a family barn.
Nice.
We got all of the wood out of it. And here's some fun stuff. These railings are
my
actually
God.
the old widow's walk from the Blanche Hotel.
Really?
Oh, my.
Pay attention to those when you guys are doing your
Okay.
rural research tonight.
Okay.
Because we have been told, I don't know how much influence you want or how many stories you
You
want.
can tell us some stories. It's interesting to know that
Yeah,
stuff
we
while
have
we're
We
here.
have just been told that one of our residents here is attached to these.
From
Oh.
the hotel.
Hotel.
Good possibility.
Okay.
So the story that we've heard is that she was at the hotel. She was waiting for her husband to come home.
It just felt like something, I don't know what I felt like. It felt like something touched me.
Yeah, maybe it did.
Right there, though.
You're
That's
being
weird.
touched already.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
so we've heard that she was waiting for her husband to come home. He never came home.
Never came home.
She's still waiting. So
Oh, wow.
So we
Okay.
have
That is so cool.
so there's
And
one
there's
more.
more?
There's just one more.
Oh, look at that.
Touch it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to put my meter on that tonight.
Alright. Oh my goodness.
We'll have to put our meters on that tonight.
That is so cool.
See if we get any spikes.
And
Wow.
those railings would have been constructed sometime in the early 1900s.
Early
Oh,
19s.
yeah.
1904.
Wow.
I think is when the Blanche was completed.
Okay.
1904.
I was wondering. I was thinking late 1800s.
Yeah, no, it was. I actually owned a building on the corner across from the Blanche. Now, okay, so I say I've never had any experiences. I've never had any experiences here.
Okay.
I used to own the building. If you go over to the Blanche and you go down right on the other side of it, it's a renovated, and it was an 1898, 1895. It was the original pharmacy, and the upstairs was a guest house, so it had just rooms.
Okay.
Down. My partner and I renovated the first floor, but never did anything with the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
And when my kids were little, I would drop them off at elementary school, and I'd be in the office by 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be sitting at my desk. I was the only one there, and I would hear the pitter patter of little feet going across the ceiling in the second floor.
Oh, wow.
And it's not habitable. I mean, you can go over there now, and he still hasn't renovated that
wow.
second floor.
Wow.
So
that's interesting. Wow.
So yeah, down here, this is just the kitchen and
Kitchen right over there.
Just kind of
Family bathroom. And this man right here will be giving me a little... Yes, he is. He's going to be giving us a story in a little while. And this is the lady that made it all happen right there.
Yeah, nice set.
Oh, look at the doggies.
These, I guess, will be your...
There's Aussies.
So...
Are they Aussies?
Yeah, Australian Shepherd.
Yep. So I have one at home. Yeah, we have a blue merle.
So out here, kind of fun fact, this is our neighbor over here, and when he was putting in his plumbing over here, they halted construction because they dug up, they were putting in water lines and sewer lines over here. Amber, you might not have even heard this.
No, I don't know this one.
But Ron, when he was building the tavern, that didn't used to stick out, and there's plumbing lines underneath. They dug up a bunch of bones, and they thought that they thought they were human remains, but it ended up being an old Civil War horse.
Oh, okay. Aww.
They don't know that it was
Yeah.
Civil War, but they're kind of
That
assuming.
is so amazing.
That
I
is.
think if he still has them, he actually has them framed.
Does he really?
inside his establishment.
I would have done the same thing, you know.
Halted construction for like 3 months while they
Wow.
researched,
They
'cause
do,
they
yeah,
had to
just
go
in
through
They
case.
have
over
to,
the
yes.
forensics and-
Yes.
They
Now,
thought
is
that-
this where the bottles were found too?
No, the bottles were actually found up front.
Okay.
And the only reason we probably didn't find any back here is we just didn't do a whole lot of digging back
Right,
here. So,
okay.
But no, they had to come in from when you guys drive around and you
Okay.
park on that end.
Okay.
That's where they were found. You can see our new big...
Yeah,
But I like that building.
Yeah.
That is
Super
such an
cool.
old, like something out of the Wild Wild West.
Well, and what's
It
funny
is,
is,
I
and what's
know.
funny is it's brand new.
Is it
It's
really?
10 years, maybe 5 years old, 8 years
Oh,
old.
that is so
So
cool.
he built it to look like that.
To look
That
like an
is
old building.
unbelievable.
So all of this, you know,
Are we
all
going to
of
be
the-
able to get out that door?
Okay, we are going downstairs now.
Well, what's funny is we're split like...
So right now we're just basically doing a walk around and having one of the owners explain, give us a tour and explain some history of the place. Show us around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I think that we're going to do... I really want to do the haunted hallway.
I know, we need to.
We can just kind of come in on this end is what I'm thinking. You come in on this end and you go out that way.
Yeah.
Just let them do a...
this is so cool.
Did you need something? Sorry.
No, I'm just following
Oh, okay.
curiosity, just if I
Okay.
can pop in and say.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go.
Because like down here is where the jail cell was,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes. And funny enough, Amber, you probably haven't heard this story either. There was an old creepy, it was actually in the train room.
Yeah.
It was a
Sorry, Marie.
hospital bed.
Oh,
I don't know where it came from or why, but there was this
oh wow.
hospital bed in here.
Whew, I got a heavy feeling in here.
This is, like I said, this down here is where it gets a little, you kind of get in here after dark and get the prickly hair stands up.
They're standing up now.
The other day, I was taking pictures in here, and the lights were on, which I'm gonna check to see. So the lights should technically be on right now, or off. They were just having issues, but I took photos, and it was on, and it's like, oh. I was like, isn't this where the jail cell was? And it would be weird if like, the lights turned off or something like that. And the light really turned. Is this where the jail cell was in? Yeah.
Oh, that's why we got a feeling.
Yeah.
This is actually an old door. So when the city had it, well, I guess probably when the the DOT built it, there was a vault door here because back in the day, back in the 40s, the DOT was actually in charge of the highway patrol.
Okay.
So we have old pictures from back in the 50s where we've got highway patrol cars actually parked on the property, down on that end, because that was the motor brewer for the highway patrol. So I guess they probably had a vault and a jail cell. And
Yep.
That's the vault?
that's the vault, yes. Now, it goes where the vault is gone. The only thing that's left is that door frame.
Gotcha.
Is the door, I don't know where the door.
Okay.
This is so interesting. So this is just cool.
Here, on the other side of those two silver trucks, is where we dug up a lot of those artifacts.
Okay.
We just had to dig from the road, and that's the way it goes. That we talked about.
Okay.
It was here, I don't know for sure, but isn't this the remainder of where it was? You see
This used to be offices in here, so that's why there's two.
Where was the jail?
I'm guessing we have not found original plans, but
Jared told me that he found like where it was in the wall, so you could see where.
So you think it was probably here?
Probably.
I said it was on
There's
this
a real
side.
window there,
Yeah, because we
though.
have.
For the jail?
That's probably why I have like a weird feeling down here. I don't know. Some kind of heavy feeling.
the whole downstairs is just kind of creepy. Like I said, it's not a.
You guys planning on doing something with it?
Yeah, this is going to become a lease space.
Nice,
Yeah,
okay.
We're getting ready. We're actually kind of in the process. Our light's literally not working right now. Well, that's perfect. A lease space. We're going to get a tenant to occupy.
Oh, now they're on.
Oh,
Okay.
what did you do?
I told you they.
The ghost, like you turned
That
on.
they have a mind of their own.
So now this is just a funny story. But when we first got this building, this down here. So this was the shop when we were building. This was all occupied with table saws, and this is where, this is where John Best, the guy that was actually doing the renovations for us, this was his little workshop. So all the tools and hammers and everything were down here. And the only way to get into the building, not the only way, but the most practical way was to get in from this door down here. And my son and I came in here one night after dark, and of course this place was a wreck. I mean, it was trashed. And these lights weren't here, but one light was just flickering.
Wow.
Like an insane asylum, like horror movie. It was awful. And Carson and I, my son, he was he's 23 now, so he was probably 13. And we parked down there and we ran in. I just needed to grab something. And as we were going back this way, and again, it looked like a haunted house. I mean, it was awful. It was like something from a horror movie. The door slammed shut. And he straight up fell out. A 13-year-old kid, he's probably 5'8", he just went, whoop.
That's funny.
He's like,
That is hilarious.
yeah, so I think that the vault would have come into this, into this area.
Yeah.
This is where the creepy hospital bed was.
Oh, okay.
Obviously the freezer, the cooler wasn't
Right.
here. This was all a big open space.
Okay.
So
Nice. Okay. All right. Gives us an idea. And then this is where all the magic happens.
Mechanical room here.
Okay. Mechanical room. Look at this room. Wow. Oof. I bet there's some spirits hanging around in here.
This is the room that most people are afraid of.
Okay. I had a feeling this was it. Yep.
pretty sure there's no door here at all when we built the place. I think that was one.
And then what is this?
Oh, yeah,
Same thing. This one there wasn't.
Oh, wow. This is kind of cool. What are you going to do with this? What's
So
this?
this is going to be, this is currently our downstairs tap room.
Okay.
It will become a speakeasy.
A speakeasy. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Amber is going to make this one
Oh, okay.
actually, maybe we can do some sort of theme with these guys then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd be willing to do that.
It's going to be book themed, libraries and books everywhere we walk in, and the library is going to close everything, so it'd be pretty awesome.
That's going to be so cool. I can't wait to see it. I want to come here when it's like that.
It's gonna be awesome.
You got to let me know. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so this is where I was kind of saying, this was the motor pool. at the time.
Okay.
So what was funny is when we were, again, this has nothing to do with what you guys are doing, it's just the history of the building. When we got the building, this was all closed in.
Okay.
There were no garage doors. And we
Okay.
got all kinds of heck from the city about, you're not gonna be allowed to cut garage doors, that's not historically significant or historically
Oh,
appropriate.
Lord.
And then all of a sudden we finally got permission to do it. We started doing the demolition. We found out that there were actually garage doors there.
Oh.
In the exact
So
same spot.
these were the ones that I
No,
was.
these aren't the same
Okay.
garage doors,
Yeah.
but the holes are exactly.
Oh, wow.
the same position that they were.
After they complained about it, and
No,
you,
it's not historically appropriate. Well, that's where the holes were.
Yeah.
Garage doors.
the Historical Society always tries to interfere with something.
And then last but not least, we're going to go to Joe's lair down here.
Okay. Oh, be careful, Marie, it's wet.
You're good. Unless there's some reason why you're.
Oh, right here.
Oh, I smell it. My daddy would have been down here sniffing it and drinking it.
Right there.
Wow.
So what's all over the floor? Is that beer?
It's just water now.
Okay.
Oh, you're cleaning.
Well, and
Gotcha.
the floors are polyurethane.
Okay.
The polyurethane is very kind of, sort of. Yeah, kind of, sort of. So they are shiny even when.
Gotcha.
it's dry.
So do these go straight up to one of your
No.
little? Oh, okay.
This is just where we cook. This is
Okay.
where Joe cooks. Joe's
So
our
you
head
make
brewer.
the beer? That's so cool.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Well, hello. My name is Amber Tutwiler, and I am the general manager of Halpatters Brewing in Lake City, Florida. I invited this amazing team here because we have many, many stories, and you're probably going to hear a lot of them. I don't have any personal stories, at least not in the. Oh, well, yeah. At least not in the sense of like, you're going to hear some pretty crazy stuff, I promise. But what I do have is obviously feelings and stories of other people. So those I have a lot of. Just want to start off by saying that if you do watch this video and you want 10% off of your tab, tell us that you watched the G Team Paranormal YouTube video and you'll get 10% off. I'll comp that for you, just come back for you. But yeah, as far as my experiences here, personally, it's just really more of a feeling. The only place I feel like I do not want to be in the bathroom here. I can't tell you why. That is the extent of what I experienced. But as I was saying to Patty, it's for me. I believe that as long as my love is greater than my fear, I'm good. So I just hold that space. But I know that other people don't hold that space. And so, this is the only story that I have to share from our brewer, actually our ex-brewer now. He was one of the co-owners of the Halpatters. Is he used to actually stay here, live here. He lived here for about 8 months downstairs in what used to be the jail cell. One morning I came into work. I was sitting up here at the bar. I always get here early before everybody else. And Johnny came upstairs and I was like, are you okay? He was like white as a ghost, and he just goes, I heard screaming all night. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't know what it was. He's like, I just heard screaming. Something was screaming at the top of their lungs in the building all night. And I'm like, I was just like, I don't know what to say. He's like, something's here. And he was like so visibly upset. Because obviously he couldn't sleep, there's that. But the fact that he couldn't figure out, he was going from room to room trying to figure out what was screaming. He said it sounded like a woman screaming. So I will say that. But yeah, that obviously stuck with me. So, that's his experience. But yeah, if I have any theory on that, it has to come from that bathroom.
That
bathroom scares me. I walk in there and I'm like, gosh, I feel like I just need to cover up and leave. It's such a bad feeling.
Oh,
so.
wow. Marie, you used the
I
bathroom
walked
earlier,
in that
did you?
bathroom, but I did feel something weird with that window.
Yeah, the window.
But I didn't
know.
feel spirit
The night is young.
necessarily.
The
Yeah.
night is
Yeah.
young.
Now it might happen once it's dark,
I
but I
know.
did feel really weird by that window.
Yeah, I will say, so we have, some things I don't want to disclose because I want to see what you find. But, Jared might share with you that a medium came in here one night and started sharing with him what she thought, was in the building. So without saying too much, I'll leave it at this. That she said that there were potentially up to 3 or more, but 3 spirits that she saw. One of
Okay.
them, of course, was a woman and had to do with that bathroom. So just throwing that out there.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. Obviously, post-filming, if you want to re-interview, we can share with you what that is. I am curious to see if some of our
Oh,
findings
that would be
line up.
good.
Yeah.
But yes, from what I was told, one is not good. One is a scary one. So you two have your work cut out for you tonight.
Okay.
But
We
the
are
other
ready.
2, one is a friendly one, and the other is just someone looking for. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let
Okay.
you see what you find. But
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this
it's-
opportunity to come. I'm glad that you reached out to
yeah,
me.
of course. No, I'm very, very thankful,
Definitely.
and you can tell them to say goodbye. They can leave. I'm okay with that.
Thank you,
Thank you
Amber.
so much.
Of course.
So you do give us permission to have your son on camera?
I give you permission to have my son on your video or your camera.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. That's all we needed. Thank you so much.
no problem.
Hi, I'm Dakota. I am the line cook here, and I have some stories from a coworker that used to work here with me. Josh was just sitting around at some point, and then he had to go out the room to either cook or use the bathroom or something similar. And he got back into the back room next to the kitchen, and he saw his cup that he was using for whatever, and it was floating about head level with himself, and I guess he didn't think much of it, so he just grabbed it and set it down. And he told me that there was 3 spirits here, a police officer, a perv, kind of, and the lady, a lady that roams the halls looking for her lost child.
Oh, wow.
So he told me a story about the police officer. And before this was Halpatters, we had a police station here, like in the 20s or 40s or something.
I think he said 1940, something like
It might
that.
have been.
Yeah.
And someone was going down the stairs to the lower bar, and they had got pushed or like, shoulder checked or something, and didn't have a good time, I suppose, and they might have fell. I can't remember the story. It was when I first joined, and the perv, I guess, is very touchy. But I-
Something already touched me
Something
right
touched
here.
her chest.
Right here.
Yeah, see?
Yep, right on her
Yeah.
chest, yeah.
As you guys heard, there was a medium here, and they said the 3 spirits, and they had said the police, the perv, and the lady roaming the hall, that the lady was looking for her lost child, and I guess you can hear walking, and I personally haven't heard anything of the sort.
Okay.
And I'm a big feeler whenever it comes to this stuff. So I haven't felt anything here yet, but whenever I do, I'm sure it will either A, be not nice, or B, be weird. So
I've already felt stuff and been touched.
yeah,
Maybe they don't like boys.
it might be because I'm a minor. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's a minor. We did get permission from his mother that it's okay to have him on camera.
You
him
have
on
written
camera.
permission.
Yes.
And there's also the Blanche Hotel across the street that my grandmother has worked at. She has gotten switched from one bed to another and has had her clothes spewed all across the floor. And I think there was something with toilet paper in that story that I can't remember. I just had so much with my family and paranormal activity.
Wow.
I've personally seen like shadow figures at some relative's house and at my house, and I've had like kind of an not an attachment, but an attachment to the house.
Okay.
To my house. That just kind of was powerful.
Wow.
What did that feel like? Did it feel like anything?
It was kind of scary. It was like a I don't really know how to describe it, just other than.
Did you get like a tingly feeling, hair stand on the back of your neck at times,
kinda
things like that?
yeah.
Okay. Goosebumps, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, but
Okay.
at some point I just couldn't sleep in my room for like 6 months until my
Okay.
mom saged the room.
Oh, wow.
My son went through something, and my daughter went through something like that when they were younger at a place we lived at.
Yeah. My sister had told me that we had something in her bedroom. I was like, I should name that. Don't name it. I learned my valuable lesson on not naming things that I can't see. So it just kind of manifested and gained more power, more control.
Yeah, true.
And my sister, when before I was born, or when I was really young, she had an imaginary friend that didn't become imaginary anymore. And from what my parents and my sister told me, she had gotten bruises and just like dragged around or something. So we don't speak of him no more. And yeah.
So as far as here, have you never been touched here?
Nope.
But has somebody been touched here?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure who.
And the friend that you said that saw the cup levitating like that,
Yeah.
that didn't did it scare him or?
He didn't really explain it to me that well, I guess.
Sounds like he just looked at it and thought, oh well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's a
kinda.
natural thing, a
That-
cup floating in the air like
That's
that. I mean,
crazy.
that would have freaked me
That
out.
would
Even
have
doing
freaked
what
me
I do,
out.
that would have freaked
Yeah.
me out. You
Yes.
know, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have been cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
But it would, at the same time, it would have kind of spooked me a little
Yeah.
bit. Seeing
Definitely.
something levitating like that. That's
Wow.
crazy. Wow.
Yep.
That's some poltergeist activity right there. Yeah. Have you seen lights flicker or anything
I've
like
not.
that? Okay.
But Jeremy, the owner, I want to say, he has noticed every Halloween that the lights inside the bar, that one behind this wall, has flickered like for the past 5 or so years.
Oh wow.
And he just now realized last year that it's an occurred thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting. How long
Yeah.
have you worked here?
Like 5 months.
Okay.
Give or take.
Awesome. That's cool. I'm trying to think of what else I can ask him. So has any customers ever said anything to you about seeing anything or hearing anything or any strange
Not me.
situations?
They haven't talked to me about it,
Okay.
if any. But the pushed, I think that was a customer.
Okay.
Oh, the customer got pushed.
I want to say.
Okay. So you're the cook here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're the one that made our food for us.
Yes,
earlier.
ma'am.
That's right.
delicious.
It was so good. It was so good, guys. You definitely got to try the food here when you come here. It's
Definitely.
really, really good. Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
we
thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
What else?
I am Chris Candler. I am the managing partner, owner of Halpatters Brewing. Sitting here just kind of relaying some stories, some things that have happened here. Here at Halpatters Brewing, we've got an old building, and yeah, we've had some experiences here. So I wanted to just relay. I wanted to tell a story that was so much fun. Unfortunately, Keith, our assistant brewer, he can't be here tonight. He's a police officer and he's on duty tonight, so he can't be here tonight. But I'm very familiar with his story, and it kind of goes like this. If you don't know Brewing operations happen in the morning. You know, bars and restaurants and breweries, everybody kind of thinks, oh, it's an evening thing. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna have drinks. I'm gonna have beers. But the actual brewing operation, that happens really, really early in the morning. And Keith was here very, very early in the morning. He was our assistant brewer. He was firing up the hot liquor tank. He was getting ready for a brew. And he came up into our kitchen, which is on the second floor of our building. And as we allow our employees do, they can come in and they can get a little breakfast or, you know, whatever they need to do, cook an egg on the flat top, whatever. And he came in, and as he was walking back into the kitchen, he heard footsteps following him into the kitchen. And he thought that our head brewer at the time had come in and, you know, was also there in the building. And so he stepped back out of the kitchen and looked back down the hallway, and there was nobody behind him. So he said, oh, okay, well, I'm just hearing things or whatever. Again, he's a police detective, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just hearing things. So he goes back into the kitchen, and he hears the footsteps again, and this time they're receding away. You kind of have to know the lay of the land at the brewery, but they were going back away from the hallway. And he says, okay, this time I know I hear footsteps, and they're leaving the kitchen instead. So they were here in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
And so he went back out into the hallway. He left the kitchen, you know, right down there. And as he came out into the hallway, the footsteps had turned the corner and were heading down the hallway into the event space, which is where we're sitting right now. And so he followed them down in here because he thought Johnny was, again, our head brewer. He thought he was playing a trick or playing a joke. But when he got into the event space, he was standing probably right over there somewhere, and there was nobody in here. And at that time, the event space, you know, your viewers can't see it, but there was no table set up. It was probably empty. There were no chairs or tables. And there was obviously nobody in here. So he pulled out his phone and he started taking a video and just stood here very quietly, didn't say anything. And as he was standing over here, he heard the footsteps leave
Oh
the
my.
room
Oh, wow.
and go
That's
out
crazy.
and go out the other door,
Yeah.
and just walked away.
Wow.
And again, the thing that kind of kills me is I really wish we had been able to get Keith here because I think that he probably still has the video of
yes.
the sound, you know, of the footsteps.
Right.
And again, this was 7:30 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning. Nobody's here. I mean, this is a
Oh,
bar.
my.
Yeah.
Nobody's here that early.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
A set of footsteps. One of the best, probably the best stories that we've had of the
Wow.
the people, the folks that we've got that live
Wow.
with us. I guess you would say.
So
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Neat
So-
story.
Yeah.
You got experiences yourself with, you have the experience with that door shutting on that lady.
So one of the other ones that I've heard is our manager, social media manager. At one point, we have an office where there's a door. Again, building was built in 1940. The doors latch here. You know, there's no built in 2000, and the doors are kind of squirrely. They don't really shut real well.
Right.
I showed you.
Yes.
You know, the door latches.
Everything's made better back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it
that's for
shuts,
sure.
and when it
Yes.
shuts, you have to turn the knob to open it back up. And Holly, our social media front of the house manager, I guess you would say at that time, she was sitting at her computer. Her desk used to be right next to that door, and she was here early. Nobody else was in the building, and the door was shut because there was another office on the other side at that time. So we kept that door shut. There was no reason to go in between it. You just kind of left it as a wall. And she was sitting there in the morning, and the door just popped open and swung completely open.
Oh, wow.
With her sitting, you know,
I would have got up and jumped back.
Well, and that's the funny thing about all of the stories that we've had here, and stories that I've had, or experiences that I've had elsewhere downtown. Holly sat there. You
Wow.
didn't. There has never been like a malevolent feeling about it. You're just like, oh, okay, somebody opened the door.
That's
And
the room that something touched me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And you just feel okay about it. You're just like,
I'm
all
kind of
right.
like that too. I
You
mean,
know,
it might
it's-
spook me at first, some certain
Yeah.
things, but I won't
Yeah.
really run away.
I
I'll
mean-
run away from bugs, spiders,
Yeah.
but I won't run away from something like that. I just
And that's
sit there.
the interesting thing is, everybody's like, oh, I would be so scared. And absolutely every one of the experiences that we've had in this building, nobody, our kitchen guy Josh had a cup literally fly off of the counter.
Wow.
But he sat right there and never and didn't freak out and run out of the building. But it just kind of is. They're here. It's just like somebody else would have opened the door, and Holly was just like, okay, hey,
Yeah.
You didn't jump up and freak out and leave. You just
Yeah.
they're just here. So it's been interesting how it's there's always been a calming presence, except for which one of you said that the ladies' restroom is creepy? Oh, Amber.
Yes, she did, but
Amber.
that window's a little creepy in there.
I haven't been in there yet.
That window
Yeah.
is very creepy.
No,
Huh.
the ladies' restroom, we have supposedly a presence that's in there. that
Something
is not-
happened in there, I
That is
think.
not quite so friendly.
Okay.
And
Okay.
ladies oftentimes go in there and they're like, yeah, I don't like this room.
It was definitely weird with
I
that
don't
with
like
that
this
big
room.
window.
Yeah, I don't like this
I
room.
can't wait to go in there now. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I'm gonna bring
Yeah.
my camera in there when I,
I
use the
know.
restroom.
No, so according to the stories that we've heard, there's apparently, a young man
Okay.
that hangs out in there. So,
The perv.
yeah, the perv.
The guy
yes,
said the
no,
perv.
yes,
yeah.
there's the
Oh,
perv.
wow.
He apparently
Okay.
hangs out in the ladies' restroom. And what's weird is, the pricklies,
Yes.
the prickly hairs. sticking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I already went in there and I didn't feel it.
Okay.
But as soon as I walked in, that big window was kind of, I don't know, just the feel like something was there, but nothing touched me in there.
Yeah.
Got me over here, right between the boobs.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and what's funny is the lady that is supposedly attached to those the railings in there is again very, very benign. She's just here, and we feel like that's who was following Keith around that night. Was just,
Okay.
it wasn't. It was just somebody that was following her that morning. Sorry, it was probably her.
Yeah.
I think she's probably our most present.
Okay.
Is the female.
Okay.
Because we apparently have a male, or one female and two males.
Okay.
From what we've heard.
Right.
So yeah.
I feel like there might be more here.
I feel like
Definitely.
I
From the
feel like they're
basement and
just
everything,
watching
I
us
feel
right
like there's
now.
more
They're
than
waiting.
three.
They're
Yeah.
watching
I
and
can
waiting.
already feel like there's more than three. I don't want to say because I want to investigate and
No,
see
for
what
sure,
we
for
get.
sure. That's
But-
what we have heard from a one night kind of. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's
we've,
more than three.
Well, and like I said, like Amber said just a few minutes ago off camera, I think downtown Lake City is just kind of a hotbed.
Yes,
There-
the whole
there's-
town.
There's just a lot of
Now,
activity.
are you the one that told us this was a fort or something before?
Yeah, this was Fort Lancaster.
Okay, before any buildings were here.
Yeah, so City Hall, I'm pointing, I know they're not gonna be able to see it, but Fort Lancaster is the big 3-story building right over there. Or, I'm sorry, that's City Hall is right over there.
And that's the
window
building that's
there,
got wrapped
right
up
over that
with
way,
rope.
right over there.
Yeah. So that's the City Hall. Everything from there back, this whole kind of 4 city blocks was
Yeah.
Fort Lancaster back during
Okay.
the Civil War.
Okay.
Which was a Civil War hospital.
Wow.
So when we had the Battle of the Lusty out in Baker County, which is 20 miles from here,
Yeah,
this was
we
where they
filmed there.
brought the wounded soldiers
Okay.
after the Battle of the Lusty.
Okay, gotcha.
So-
Okay, so there could be lots of spirits here.
Oh,
Oh, that's,
Oh,
I know
sure.
I already know there's more than
And then
three.
we read the story about the chief
Okay.
being named after the chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you guys come up with that?
So Halpatter Tussanoogie, so Halpatter Brewing, Halpatter means alligator. And
Okay.
Halpatter Tussanoogie was, Halpatter Tussanoogie means warrior chief alligator.
Okay.
And he was the Seminole Indian warrior chief that settled Lake City prior to it being called Lake City.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's
So
good,
we
to know.
named our brewery in homage of the history
Oh, that's
of our
awesome.
community.
That's good, yeah.
Very few people know that Lake City was actually known as the town of Alligator. So it
Okay.
was Alligator Village, Halpatter.
Yes.
It was Alligator Village, and then when white settlers arrived, it was Alligator Town. And
Okay.
if you look at old maps, early 1900s maps, there's a little point in the top, north of Gainesville, west of Jacksonville, east of Tallahassee, and it says Alligator.
I think I've
Oh,
seen
I
that.
think- Yeah.
It doesn't
It sounds
say,
so
it doesn't-
familiar.
It doesn't say Lake City. This was Alligator, Florida.
Wow.
And then in the late 1800s, the mayor's wife said, "I will not hang my white lace curtains in a town called Alligator." And she petitioned the Florida legislature to rename it Lake City.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So,
Oh,
so
wow.
that's where Lake City kind of came from.
Okay.
So yeah, very historical town. I mean, very lots of steeped in history.
Wow.
Wow, that is crazy.
That is.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that.
Absolutely. We
with us.
really, really appreciate you guys being out here. And to all your viewers, if you want to come out and hang out, come and see if you can meet some of our guys that are hanging out here. Obviously, if you mention that you've been here that you've seen us, heard about us on this cast here, we'll get you 10% off. You guys come in here, we'll take care of you.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you so
awesome.
much. You hear
Absolutely.
that, guys? Don't forget, come check it out. It's in Lake City, Florida. You got to come and check it out and meet these wonderful people here. Everybody here is so nice. And this is such a neat building. You got outdoor dining.
Outdoor dining, live music, Fridays and Saturday nights. We've got full menu. Brew our own beer, distill our own spirits. Yeah, we got it going on here. No pun intended. No pun intended.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I like that. We might have to do a.
We might have to
a
patent
shirt,
that.
A shirt off of that. Yeah.
Yes.
We produce our own spirits.
There you go. Yes.
That is a good idea.
Distillery.
That is
Yes.
a real good idea.
Sometimes paranormal will sell your business.
It will. People love coming
Absolutely.
to places and they know there's ghosts hanging around.
Yeah.
For sure. And we
Spirits.
get a lot of travelers through here too. So
Oh, I'm
a
sure.
lot of people from out of town. So,
Okay, awesome.
Wow.
Good deal.
All right, well, thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
So my name is Jeremy Gable. I'm one of the co-owners here at Halpatter Brewing Company here in Lake City, Florida. This area, as far as I know, there's just been a lot of activity from what I understand. We've got a downtown here with a bunch of historic buildings. Across the street from us, there's the Blanche Hotel. That's been pretty active as far as I know. I've had a lot of people kind of tell me that stuff just from construction workers over there when they were doing the renovation over there maybe 5 years ago now, 6 years ago now. But when we got into the building originally, the whole downtown, there just really wasn't anything going on here. It was lots of restorations that needed to happen. We got with the city, and the city, they wanted us to come to this building specifically. It was kind of one of the buildings that they didn't really know what to do with. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so we got in here, and we just immediately thought, yeah, this would be a really great place for a brewery, just because of the space alone. And they also gave us a really good deal on it, so of course we took that. So when we got into the building to do all the restorations, we rented a dumpster, and we filled, I don't know how many dumpsters, like this room that we're in right now, we probably filled it 3 times with the amount of just stuff that was in this room.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was like these 2 doors in here. If you were to walk in, they built a room and a hallway inside of this room. So they built a hallway that went all the way around the perimeter of the room, and then there were a couple doors that led into the middle.
Oh, that's kind of
wow,
weird.
yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But there were partitions in there, so there were like 4 desks in there at the time. So outside of all that, there were just all sorts of other areas in the building that had to be completely gutted. So we did all that. Downstairs, this is probably the first encounter I've ever had in my entire life. I don't think that I really thought this stuff was real, maybe. I think I've watched shows like this before, and I've just been like, they're probably editing stuff, or...
There's a lot of skeptics. I was a skeptic.
Unfortunately, a lot of people
times
are,
too.
though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, and even, I'll speak to, I have one of the employees here, he works in the kitchen, and he's heard all sorts of stories, and he's never seen anything, but he's like, Jared, it's like I hear all this stuff, but I don't think it's real. And I'm like, no, I get it, because I don't think I would have ever thought it was real myself. But I had this experience downstairs. There was a gentleman who was working for us at the time, and he was doing all of the interior decorating, essentially. He was doing all the builds for the aesthetic of the space. We ended up down in the mechanical room downstairs. It's kind of like a boiler room, I guess. There's a furnace in there, all the electrical is in there, and it's got brick walls and all that kind of stuff. It's very kind of dank and dingy. So we were in there. My back was against the wall, kind of looking out to the hallway, and his name's John. John's standing in front of me. His back's to the door, and we're just talking about something that he's working on upstairs in the tap room, and he just stops mid-sentence, whatever he's saying. He looks down, and there's he's like, that light on the ground just turned on. And I was like, what are you talking about? I turned around, looked down at the ground, and there's this little work light down there. It's one of those where it's the halogen bulb, and it's got kind of like a little black cage on the front, and yellow body, and kind of that thing. And I was like, that light on the ground just turned on? He's like, yeah. So I'm looking at it, and he's looking at it, and it does this. It just like turns on again.
Oh wow!
And
Did it have a plug?
So that was the thing. So I turned back to John, and I'm like, and we both looked down at it again, and it did it a third time, and John's just looking at it, and I reached down and grabbed it and picked it up, and I just held it in front of him, and it's like just dangling. The cord's dangling, and it's not plugged in.
Oh, wow.
And John's face just goes white, and I'm like, John, what does this mean? He's like, I don't know.
Really trying to talk to you.
So I take it around the corner to the guy that was brewing for us at the time. He's an automation engineer. And I walked down, I was like, his name's Johnny. But I was like, Johnny, did these things hold power? Is there like a battery backup source or anything? And he's like, nope, it's power in, power out. So I walked back to John, and I'm like, sorry, man, it's
a spirit. It's a ghost.
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that was the first time that I've really
Did you guys?
experienced something
You
like
didn't
that.
film or nothing. You didn't think to film.
No, because it's just happening.
Yeah,
You're just
right.
kind of like
In shock.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't really, I would never have expected something like that to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, of course.
So that's probably the most. That was the first experience I had. I've had other ones. There was another one where upstairs, I was at that point. I was in the kitchen when I was doing the when I had the situation with the light. I was on the bar at that point, but at this point in our history, I'm in the kitchen. I'm doing prep work, and I'm in the back. I guess the kitchen has like 2 rooms, but I'm in the back. And one of our bartenders, he would always come in earlier than everyone else, just because he loved to just be just uber on time and then just like get ahead of things and start prepping stuff early. And so I just hear, and I'm like, I look at my watch, I'm like, oh, okay, people will start showing up here in a little while. It's probably like, it's probably like 1 o'clock. So Ty may have shown up like, an hour out of that, but I hear all these footsteps come walking up the hallway and just this mumbling. And I'm just like waiting for Ty to pop in, because usually he'll come in and just like start talking to me. And I think at the time I was making egg rolls, and I'm rolling these egg rolls, just kind of for him to walk in, and he just never does. So I pop out and I'm like, where is this guy? So I like walk up the hallway, no one's here. Walk over to one of these windows, look out, his truck's not here. I'm like, oh man, okay. So that was probably something. Ended up checking the cameras, and there's just no one in the building.
Dang,
We're just like, man, okay. So that was another one. That was a good one.
Now you heard his footsteps coming towards you?
Yeah. It was like, it sounded like someone's just right in the hallway, just walking up the hallway, and mumbling.
Okay.
But couldn't make out what he was saying.
Wow. Because somebody else, the other guy said that somebody heard the footsteps too.
Yeah. There was another guy named Spence that had a similar.
Okay.
And Spence, he got up. Spence was working for us at one point in our production space, and he got up here. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning. I think he needed to go up to the kitchen to get something for downstairs, and he said he walked down to the kitchen and he heard some footsteps in the hallway. He turned around and walked back down the hallway, and he said he was hearing them just walking up the hallway, like away from him. So he said he just followed them, and they turned the corner and then walked down to into the event space here. And he said he was like, okay. He just walked right in there too, and he pulled his phone out, and he said he just stood there, just trying to pick something up.
Yeah.
And he said there was nothing. It kind of ended, and then it picked up again, and the footsteps picked up at the other end of the room and just walked out of the event space.
It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
Speaking of footsteps, as you were saying that, I heard footsteps right over there. And I don't see anybody. I was waiting for somebody to come around that corner.
I know Joe's in the building, so I don't know if he came up the stairs.
It's hard to say, but
Oh,
I just
okay.
heard footsteps
Maybe.
right over there. I was watching that area while you were telling the story, because I'm like, I know as he's talking about this, I'm hearing footsteps.
Well, and then there was a night where, and this was very interesting, things out there.
Okay.
So there was a night when I was on bars, probably like 2000. We opened in 2017, like at the tail end of 2017,
Okay.
December 1st. So probably somewhere mid 2018. We weren't really doing a lot of advertising at that time, so it was just like, people that showed up, they just kind of found us. If they were coming through the area, they would Google breweries in the area and then just kind of pop in. So this one night, there may have been, it was a slow night, it was maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday, but there may have been a couple people in the tap room, but there wasn't hardly any. And this woman and her husband came in, and she just kind of goes and sits off on one of the tables, and he comes up to me, and he's really curious about the history of this place, and I'm just kind of going through a bunch of stuff. He's asking, when was this place built? What was this place? How long have you guys been here? All this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of giving these answers. These are very standard things, by the way. People would come in and ask these things. They're very curious about this place. And so then maybe about, 15 minutes later, the wife comes up and she's like, so I had my husband come up and ask you all these questions. She's like, I'm a medium. And she's like, I wanted to see if the answers I was getting were the answers that you were going to give. And she's like, and they were. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So then she goes into this whole thing about how she ended up kind of walking around the building, and she was trying to figure out, who's here, who's in this building. I guess she could do that. But she ended up saying that there was a woman spirit that is in the hallway upstairs by the bathrooms, and she is looking for her son, and that she came in with a bunch of steel, a bunch of metal, which is very interesting because when we were doing the restorations, we ended up picking up some of the fire escapes off of the Blanche Hotel, which is like across the street from us. This is one of those places that, you know, people claim to be very active.
Yeah.
So there's that woman. There's also, she said, a police officer that stands in the hallway, in the stairwell, and she said he's very polite and just kind of is watching people go up and down the stairs. And that is interesting too, because there's no way she would have known this, but there was I guess it was a police department in this building at one time.
Wow.
Downstairs, there's the remnant of the jail cell door. The frame is still on the wall.
Yeah,
It's
we
like-
saw that. I think we saw that. didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
But it's like, how would you know that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the last one, and this, you know, things got a little strange, but she said the last one was someone who was a convicted rapist, essentially, and that she got into this conversation with her husband about this one specifically and told him not to antagonize it, but I guess he ended up doing that while she was in the bathroom, and she came out and she said it scratched her. I mean, she showed me 3 scratch marks, but I'm also like, I don't know. Like, you could have done that. I believe I said that to her. I was like, I don't know if you actually did that or not.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Yeah.
In this field, I've encountered a few people that have just done it to themselves just for show.
Yeah, and I can imagine. So you're just kind of.
But it does happen now. It does happen. Like, I've been scratched at
Oh,
a
it does
cemetery
happen.
before. I've been scratched at this abandoned place in Georgia before. Actually, I had like, it looked like two fangs that got me. I had a scratch and it looked like 2 things bit me
Really?
at this one place.
Yeah,
I thought
it
maybe a
can
bat got
happen.
me or
It can
something.
happen. My
Something-
grandson was scratched at the St. Augustine jail.
So
He was 13
it does
at
happen.
the time.
So I don't want to, I don't want to
It
say
went
that she
right
was
down
wrong or anything, because
Yeah.
it does happen.
It does happen. Right down the middle of his back. He had 3 scratches right down the middle of his back. It scared the crap out of all of us, because even the curator there was like, oh my God, this is not the first time this has happened. And it's usually the younger.
It's not the first
people.
time.
That's what she said.
Wow.
I said, well, maybe you guys shouldn't be letting kids in here. It's attacking kids.
Oh, wow.
And they allow kids. And I didn't think anything of it. This was a few years ago. I didn't think anything of taking him in there and letting him walk around, So anyway, yeah.
Well, the thing that's really interesting about this, because I was, while you guys were filming interviews, I'm out there talking with Amber, our taproom manager. She's just like telling me how much she hates going into the women's bathroom up here. And I'm just like, that's crazy, because I mean that's where this medium was scratched. It was in there, so
wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I went in there earlier.
Well,
I
I've got
felt a little off, but I
Holy
didn't.
water,
Nothing
better
touched
put
me.
it on me.
Yeah, I brought my holy water too.
I've got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we got all these protection beads. We got protection crystals. I got crystals down my shirt, and we got it all. So hopefully,
Personal one.
I got another one that kind of bothers me, and there's a bartender that worked for us. I really wanted him to come here and tell the story, because it was just like kind of got the hair on the back of my neck to go up a little bit. But he was doing an opening shift. I mean, this is probably, it was probably about a 1 o'clock, maybe 2. It was probably about 2 o'clock that he was here, just like a regular weekday, and I hadn't even been to the brewery that day at all. But he calls me, and I'm actually in the parking lot over at Walmart. I'm doing like a store run before I go in, and he's like, hey Jared, he's like, were you here at all? I was like, No. I'm at the store, but I'll be there like in probably 30 minutes. And he's like, oh man. And Jorge's had some experiences, and Jorge's just like, oh man. He's like, so he's like, I was using the restroom, and we have an employee restroom back here, and it's got this. It's just like a standard small little half bath is what it is. And it has a door with a little window pane on it. It's kind of snowed in, foggy kind of window pane. And he's like, yeah, you were right outside the door, and you go, hey Jorge, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was like, Jorge, I was not there, man.
They mimic. Some of them do mimic other
Yes.
people.
Well,
I
and
heard you say it many times.
oh yeah,
Yes.
well, and him and I.
Well, that just put chills down my back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just it with him and I, it was a constant. I was constant like, hey Jorge, just about whatever around here. But he was just like, yeah, man. He's like, no, I believe you weren't here. Because he's like, I walked out and your truck wasn't even here.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
and then I was on the phone with him. I was like, well, as disturbing as that is, I was like, Jorge, whatever that was, it's like it's mimicking me. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to even really say about that. So that
That's
tells me that
crazy.
it's watching
Mhm.
whatever it is. It's watching all of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's for sure. It's probably watching us right
And
now.
listening to everything you say so it
Yeah.
can mimic things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened. We were at a couple different places, and we've had similar situations happen where one of the investigators that were with us thought they heard something. And like one time I was laying down, it was at the Jasper jail. I don't have to put this in the video, but it was at the Jasper jail. We were filming there, and she thought I was screaming for help. She come running in there.
Oh yeah, that's when we went.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was laying there sleeping.
Yeah.
She goes, I just heard you screaming for help. I said, what? She goes, you were sleeping? I go, yeah. She goes, I heard you screaming. I said, well, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So, and that's happened a few
And
times.
Jorge could have a gift. He could be able, like, I can hear, like, if a spirit wants me to hear something, I'll be the only one to hear it.
Yep.
Well,
And he could have a gift.
he could, because I'll be honest with you, I used to just be like, dude, these things love you, because he has probably the most stories out of all of
Oh,
us.
then I guarantee he does.
And yeah, I mean, he's seen. I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but he's actually seen. We had this little caddy that holds on to a bunch of plasticware that will just kind of move around, and it was sitting in the back room behind the bar, and he's standing in the doorway between the back bar and the bar, and he said it just went across the room. I would just hit the other side of the wall, or hit the other side of the room, and just silverware just went everywhere.
Dang.
And he pops in, he's like, Jer, he's like, dude, he's like, this thing flew across the room, you gotta come see this. And I walk back there, and it's just like silverware everywhere. I know him, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh man.
He's got the gift.
So
He
I don't
does.
know. Maybe there was just something to it where, when we
Oh,
asked him
my.
to come up here, maybe he was just like, I don't know, maybe he just didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, maybe he didn't. Like I tried to close it out for years. When I left Florida and went to Maryland for a long time, and people thought I was crazy. That's what you get when you can hear spirits, see spirits. People,
Yeah.
she's crazy.
Some people do.
You know, for years people thought I was crazy, so
Yeah.
I just kind of hid it. And when things happen, I would go into panic attack and anxiety, and I mean, I hid it for a long time. I opened back up when I moved back to Florida.
Wow. I feel like a lot more people are more receptive to this kind of stuff these days.
They are.
And like I said, I've never experienced anything like this. So if you would have caught me 10 years ago, and if I was watching one of your episodes, has it been 10 years? Have you guys been doing it for over 10 years?
Yeah. over 10
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I would have thought, nah.
We've been
there's
doing
nothing
it
to
for years, but on YouTube it's been 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's been a lot of kind of.
That would have been
stuff.
cool to get Jorge's. All of his
Yeah, that
stories.
would have
Yes.
been
Yeah, it would
cool.
have
But
been.
thanks for telling his story. But it would be
Yes.
great to talk to him something, because we'll come back again. We'll come back and do a follow up after this, because what's going to happen after we do this investigation? when we go back and we review our footage, who knows what we're going to catch on camera, because sometimes all the time, the camera will pick up things that our own eyes don't see.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, because
Sometimes we see
sometimes
it,
we'll see
and
it in
it's
the
like,
camera.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
the camera's pointing right
Yep.
there, but we don't see it on camera.
Yeah,
But we saw
but
it.
there's times we'll be editing and we'll see an apparition walk by, or we'll,
Yeah.
we'll listen
Oh,
back
And
to
we've never seen it in
yes.
person.
So if that happens, and also our names will come through. The spirit box they'll tell us their names and who's here and why they're here and
Oh,
what
that
their
would be
ties are to this
cool.
place. So in that case, we're going to want to come back because we're going to want to come back. Now we know more. So now we can come back and interact with them. Like, hey, George, I heard you say your name was George, and now I know who you are. We do that a lot too.
Whew, man.
So
Yeah.
It's
It's
interesting.
It's very interesting.
because we might leave here with names, and sometimes when the spirit box, when I'm listening to them, I can hear it right away. But a lot of times I have to put my headphones on and I have to listen with I have some really good high definition headphones, and I slow it down so I can hear every little syllable. I can make out everything they're
Yes.
saying.
But no, I mean, like, I don't think I ever would have believed any of this stuff. You guys, I don't think I would have ever been. I wouldn't have thought that I would be sitting across the table from some ghost hunters, talking about this stuff ever.
'Cause you didn't believe in it
I
for
didn't believe in
the
any of
longest
this
time.
stuff until I got until I walked into this building, and then it's just kind of nonstop.
Wow.
Around here.
Yeah.
You'll probably maybe have like maybe a month or two where nothing happens, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, that's
something
kind of
happens
how it
around
is.
here.
Yeah.
And how many spirits do you think are here? Have you felt? Not that somebody else has told
Well,
you.
the thing is I don't know if I'm feeling them, but I mean, maybe I do, because I do feel like I'm getting watched.
Oh, it scared me.
But I think there's the 3 of them, just because that's what the medium had said at that one point. But I don't have anything else to really back up with any of this stuff.
I feel like there's a lot more than 3.
I do too.
Really?
Yes.
I think there's several, and they will come and go. They will come and go. They're not.
They might be in that building tomorrow.
Yeah, some
but
of them.
I feel like there's a lot
they
more than
move
3
around.
here.
Yeah, they move it.
Buildings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now there are some, from what I've heard, that some will stay
They're
in
totally
certain.
attached
Yeah,
here.
totally attached to a building or something in the building that was theirs, and
They
they
could
were
be
just so
attached to the
attached to it
land.
when they were here. They could be attached to the land. They could be buried on the property. There's a
Oh,
place that we
man.
filmed at. We found out there was 80-something bodies buried on that property.
Yes.
Yeah.
Golly.
So-
Even the owner of the building didn't know until later on. She found out.
Man.
Yeah, because they did the ground thing, X-ray.
Well, now the other guy told us that as they were digging out back
Yeah.
for water thing, that they found a horse.
Yeah. they
Horse
found
bones?
Horse bones, yeah. So
They thought it was human.
Yeah, they thought it was human. They actually had to send it off to get it tested.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Oh.
yeah, like at one point, this whole downtown used to be a medical encampment.
Mhm. What
during
did you
the
say that was called?
Fort Lancaster.
Fort Lancaster.
Yes, Fort Lancaster.
But I know that they, from what I understand, they treated a lot of the wounded here.
Okay.
So when we were doing some restoration, we had one of the bathrooms downstairs in our bottom tap room. They had to get in there and redo all the plumbing down there and get to the water line. And when they broke through all the concrete, they found stuff like bottles, like old bottles. The horse bones were down there. Just all sorts of things like that. So it's like, yeah, there was definitely people here, you know.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy? They buried a horse here. There's probably bodies here too. They
probably
just probably
is.
didn't find them.
Well, I mean, it makes me wonder if they, like, did they bury it or did it just die there and they just kind of let
I
it
know.
kind of just.
I always wonder about, like, because you go to we've been to so many historical places where people, graves or the cemeteries and just old buildings where people, or they're haunted with people from the past. I always wonder about the animals. Like
Yeah.
horses was a big thing, horse and buggies.
Yeah.
Where are all these horses now? Well, you found one
We
right
know
out
where
here.
one is, yeah. Yeah. No
You
kidding.
know, they gotta be buried somewhere.
So you know that's from way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
prior to 1940.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
prior.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
prior.
Could have
Oh,
been
yeah,
from
for
the
sure.
Lusty
For
battleship
sure, yeah.
days.
Mm-hmm.
Not battleship, but
Ba-
battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
The battlefield days, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Dang.
oh, it's fascinating stuff.
It is. It really is.
I think it blows my mind that, the fact that this one specific spirit that's in here, apparently, that he is traveling from the bathroom to
Over there.
So he's walking from one wing to the other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a guy that worked here, and he said he heard a woman screaming, just absolutely just like horrifically
Oh
screaming.
my goodness.
Oh my God.
And he was
Well, that could be the woman that supposedly was in the bathroom.
she's in the hallway.
Oh,
Apparently.
she's in the hallway.
Maybe something happened to her here that you guys don't know about.
Maybe I don't know.
We'll try to find out. We'll try to ask her. We need to ask if somebody hurt her or something,
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
somebody killed her.
Well, but like I said, apparently she came in with a bunch of steel. So, and all of I don't think I said it, but all of the chandeliers in the front room of the tap room, that's all of the fire escape that we pulled off the branch over there. So
That is so cool.
So yeah,
Yes.
so and the meme that was here, she was like, I think that's where she came in, is from the fire escapes.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, oh man.
Wow. It's interesting, isn't
It
it?
is very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But it is fun to talk about this with you guys because I feel like I'll talk with the staff about this stuff, and I'll talk with like a couple family people, like my wife. I'll talk about that stuff with her. But it's cool to talk to you guys because you guys have experienced these things.
Oh,
Some of the
yeah.
staff have, but you guys like
It's
really
really
know.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've experienced
experienced it multiple times.
Yes, we have.
Multiple
We've been
times.
touched.
I can't wait. I hope that I get touched. I
hear-
hope that
yeah,
I
we
hear
hear
something. I
voices.
hope that we capture something on camera.
too.
I have multiple cameras that are going to be set up
Yep.
in rooms that we're not even going to be in.
Yeah,
Ugh, gosh.
So we'll see what
So
we
we have-
capture something.
we'll have a lot of footage. It all takes us about a week before
Oh,
we get
it
the
takes
first
a
video
while.
out. We'll probably have a few videos from here because there's gonna be a lot of footage. So we'll put out part 1, part 2, part 3, stuff like
Okay.
that. Because
I'm
you
filming
know,
till 4 a.m. So
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to have 10 videos.
Holy cow.
I hope so.
Sometimes we try to do a video from like different areas when it's overnight like that.
Mhm.
So just some people go to overnight and just put out one video from there. If we get interesting stuff, we try to put out a few because we want to let everybody see. But if we put a 3 or 4 hour video out, nobody's going to want to
No.
watch
No.
it. So we have to limit it between 45 minutes to an hour.
Just cut it up.
Yeah.
And cut it up. That's kind of what we do.
I'd be interested if you guys were able to get the officer, if there is an officer in here, to
Okay.
tell you that he is an officer.
Okay.
And
We'll
I'm
try to
sure,
get
like, even
names,
his name
too.
is, yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I would love this. Apparently, over at the Blanche, they have records of all the employees.
Oh.
So I would love to be able to go like the woman that worked at the
Yep.
Blanche, if we could find her name over there.
That would be awesome.
If she
Yes.
ends up saying something.
Yes, that would be awesome, definitely. Okay, sounds good.